A monster is seen at the start of the movie. He has come from hell. He was creating the havoc in the world. The color of one of his eyes is red while other is black. Buddha, who is considered a spiritual leader, he pulls both of his eyes out, so his evil doings may reduce. Now Buddha wanted to lock both of eyes at a place. He locks black eyes into a box, but red eye escapes from there before it. And it remains missing for 7 days. Actually, it was enchanting the 7 people within these 7 days. It was holding sway on them, because it was a ghostly eye. Somehow, that Buddha also captures that eye. And it is also locked into a box on the 8th night. And both eyes are sent separately in the different corners of the world. So these boxes may be hidden at a distance, and no one may unlock it. Otherwise, monster can appear again. Many years are passed for this happening. Now the current time is shown in the movie. When an archaeologist goes to a desert where he finds a box in the sand, he is extremely excited because people had not believed on his wording, that it is fact that monster's both eyes had been locked into a box. It may be possible that he may prove before the people that he has got the eye, and it belongs to monster. 14 years later, the year of 20,121 is seen. The moon had turned into red tonight, and this night was called a blood moon. Now that professor starts a ritual. He pours the drops of the blood in fire, and his blood drops are also in it with other people's blood. So the power of that eye may be reawakened. He succeeds in his ritual. Red eye is revived. On the other side, an old monk is shown. He senses that red eye's powers had been reawakened, and the reviver is a human being. And the left black eye had also found under the dummy of Buddha. Now the scene turns to the construction site. A worker is working there. He was monk in the previous times. His name is Park. Now the scene turns to that monk who had known about the revival of the red eye. His student comes to him who was not speaking, because he had sworn to not speak for last 2 months. It is like a fast to not speak, and it is considered a worship. His name is Chung Sok, who is also the main character of the movie. Monk starts to tell him the story of the monster, bringing him inside. That red eye has reawakened, which belongs to the same monster. It will again lure the 7 people within the 7 days. Then black eye will also be searched, then both eyes will be combined. Then the whole world will be destroyed on the 8th day. What was its remedy? How could the world be saved? Monk also reveals that a man will have to end among the 7 people who will be possessed by this red eye. That chain of people will be disturbed if one enchanted man is killed. Red eye will not be able to use its power. Now this happening had started to occur. Red eye had started to enchant the people. First of all, she enchants a hunter who begins to look so horrible after getting many changes. Red eye's second attack was on that construction worker Park. Next morning when Chung Sok wakes up after having a nightmare, there is sitting monk beside him who hands over him a box. He orders him, "Bring Park to me." But that old monk has died before it. It was the surprised fact for Chung Sok. Next day, a hotel site is shown. And it was the 3rd day when Red Eye had started its work. It had enchanted 2 persons, Hunter and Park. No one knows whom it is going to enchant today. Then a detective enters a hotel where that possessed hunter killed one of the persons of couple, going there. That girl leaves from there. But Hunter's dead body is also witnessed along with that victim. His condition was worst. And it was seeing his dead body, that he has died last night. Now Chung Sok's monk was died. But he has to fulfill the words of his monk. So he goes in search of Park, keeping that box in his bag. But someone steals his bag on the way. He suspects a girl, but that girl also disappears at the first sight. Chung Sok begins to chase her. Meanwhile, he also finds the location of Park's house. He sits there constantly, and Park also arrives there at night. He tells Park, "That box has been lost by me, which had been sent to deliver you by my monk." Then Park himself begins to talk with the soul of that monk. It is only Park who could do it. He says to the monk's spirit, "One girl will also be enchanted, and we will have to stop her. Then everything will be covered." In the very next day, Park and Chung Sok leave. Park notices that Chung Sok's shoes are not in good condition. He purchases new shoes for him. Then Chung Sok says him, "Thanks." His fast is broken, which he had kept to not speak for 2 years. Both move in search of the seventh bewitched person. Either it is girl or a boy, they had to stop him. Now they start to search for that seventh bewitched lady, because they had to seize her. Now the night falls, Park begins to visualize his past. Here it is known that Park has lost his family in an accident, and the killer lady had a small son who had killed them. Park tries to strangle her, but he knows that it is wrong. So he spares the life of that kid. They had to detect the location of that girl before the completion of the 7th day. Who was going to be possessed on the 7th day? It was the 6th day. They reach that site. But Chung Sok meets with a pretty girl there. And he asks her about that lady. That girl tells that she does not live here. And Chung Sok begins to leave this place. On the other side, Park is also seen. Who is searching for that girl? But detective starts to pursue him. And he suspects that Park may be involved in the murders which are occurring. He starts to go after him. As Park is running, then the map drops there from him through which that girl's location had to identify. Chung Sok notices a bewitched girl when he is leaving that place. She had also been enchanted by Red Eye. She is looking frightful. So Chung Sok immediately runs from there. Chung Sok tells Park, going there, I have known who is that bewitched girl. We will mutually get access to her. Then Park says to him, I'm going to murder that girl whose sight have been detected by you. And Chung Sok also begins to go there so he may rescue that girl. Contrarily, detective is also chasing Park. He begins to suspect him strongly when he notices an axe in the hand of Park. That he is going to kill the same girl. But Chung Sok brings that girl with him, reaching there. Afterwards, Park also arrives there. And that detective also comes after Park. A great quarrel is started between them. Then that girl appears who had been bewitched by Red Eye. She throws detective after lifting him and he is knocked out. Here it is known that Park was coming to kill this girl, because he knew that she is possessed girl nor that girl whom Chung Sok met. He writes some enchanted words on his axe and runs to that bewitched girl, so he may kill her. But that girl asks for rescue from one more detective. That detective points his gun on Park. Then that possessed girl catches that detective from backside. An eye begins to appear on her face. And the same eye transfers in that detective. Now this detective loses his temper here. He indulges in dispute with Park, but he runs away. On the other side, Chung Sok is going somewhere, taking that pretty girl. But he is sensing that girl's life is also at risk. Now next day approaches, which is the 7th day. Now that Red Eye is going to possess the 7th victim. Now Park is seen who runs to the bus station. Because he needed a bus to reach a temple, where he had to reach before the arrival of the 8th night. But he begins to wait there because bus arrival is late. Then the same monk spirit appears there who say to Park, sacrifice yourself. But never let this curse accomplished. Continue to stop Red Eye. Then bus arrival timing arrives and Park leaves to that temple. That same possessed detective also reaches there with it. Now Chung Sok is viewed who is along with that girl. They are in the woods. They also take some rest at a place aside. That detective is seen who had been knocked out by that bewitched girl. He enters the same house where that pretty girl used to live. Then he meets an old lady who reveals him a whole story. That pretty girl used to like that professor who had reawakened this Red Eye. And she is a demon, so she did not grow up till now. And she also had donated her blood so that Red Eye may get power. She did all just for that professor who was performing some rituals and experiments. But it happened as that Red Eye begins to kill all whose blood penetrated in it. On the other side it is witnessed that Park also reaches the same woods where Chung Sok and that girl were present. Then Chung Sok observes that his bag is lying there. There is Black Eye box. And it has been stolen by the same girl. Because she wanted to combine both eyes. And she wanted to save her life. Then they also come to know that last possessed person is that detective who penetrated that eye due to that possessed girl. Here Park begins to perform a ritual because he knew that detective will surely come here who had reached the temple while pursuing. And we will finish him when he will reach here. At the beginning, that detective did not appear an important character, but he has a major role in this movie. Park's prediction proves true, and that possessed officer reaches here. Park hands over his axe to Chung Sok. And he says to him, "This detective will try to transfer his power in me, coming to me. It means, Red Eye will transfer in me. Then kill me with this axe immediately. And this curse will end it here." As that detective moves to Park, he murmurs in his ear, "I don't need you. I need such a person who will be the protective of these both eyes." He knows how to protect the eyes. Park's eyes are left open with astonishment. Here he feels that the protective of these eyes is not anyone else, nor he himself nor the monk, but Chung Sok was the protective. Then that possessed detective hands Park over a gun, saying, "Shoot yourself. I don't need of you." Being brilliant, Park fires the gun on that bewitched detective. This thing makes him aggressive, and he attacks Park. Then Park begins to shout, "Chung Sok, I took this action to rescue you. Run away as soon as possible." That detective starts to chase Chung Sok before he ran away, while Park goes after him. That bewitched detective grabs Chung Sok, but Park attacks that bewitched detective with his axe which he is bringing. He hits him with his axe. Meantime, that officer also reaches who suspected Park. Thinking that he kills the people, he fires his gun on Park coming there. He was unaware about the previous fact. Then he moves to his friend detective who has been killed with the attack of axe. His body is being contracted like other possessed people, whose body has gone into the worst condition as they die. So it does not seem as they have died recently. But Red Eye had transferred into Chung Sok's body before it. Chung Sok comes after that officer. That eye is appearing on his forehead. He throws away the officer with full force while lifting him up. Then a bough of a tree pierces his body, so he dies. Chung Sok unlocks the box of Black Eye as being possessed. So both eyes are combined and then the monster may reawaken. Park requests the monster, witnessing it, "Don't harm Chung Sok. You may take me as sacrifice." Then monster plays a trick. That monster creates an optical illusion. Due to this, Park begins to see Chung Sok in the age of a child. He is the same kid whom Park was going to kill in the past. He is the son of the same lady who had killed his family in an accident. Park wanted to kill this kid. Monsters creates this vision so Park may kill this child. And Red Eye may come out of his body and both eyes red and black are united. And monster may also reawaken. Then Park starts to touch the face of that kid. And he starts to write something with blood on the face of that kid, as these are enchanted words. Then monster flies into rage, witnessing he is not killing this kid. The monster which is in Chung Sok, and he is nearly to kill Park while attacking. Then Park begins to read the enchanted words. As a result, the written enchanted words on the face of Chung Sok spark. It starts burning. So the monster inside his body comes outside. It leaves his body. After this, that monster had possessed the body of Park. Chung Sok begins to recall all facts because he is in consciousness now. That Park wanted to kill that monster following the orders of Honorable Monk. And he was ready to sacrifice his life for this sake. So Chung Sok attacks Park with axe with the aim to kill that monster. And he kills him. At last, that monster is killed here. He is disappeared. Everything begins to come on its previous routine. In the end of the movie, Chung Sok is seen who has covered his face. And he is the same desert where the box of Red Eye was searched out. He again buries that box under the sand with the hope that Red Eye will never reawaken, not that brutal monster. It is also seen that fetter of Chung Sok is also unlocked, because he also got freedom completely. He witnesses the ghost of that pretty girl. The movie also completes on this scene. Thanks for watching.